For the Goobers! Charge!
Previously, Roland of the Goofy Goober clan became a mercenary for the Lannisters and fought against the Riverlands. After leaving mercenary service, he traveled to Mantaris and stole a big-ass dragon. Sailing back to Westeros, he then invaded Stannis Baratheon and conquered Dragonstone. He executed Stannis afterwards, slicing him in half vertically like a boss. He was able to recruit the clans that once swore fealty to Stannis. He then proceeded to weed out the remnants of Stannis supporters, erasing Stannis' legacy. Afterwards, Joffrey called Roland an upstart emperor, which prompted Roland to pay Joffrey a visit at King's Landing. What was supposed to be a super cool encounter totally glitched out, causing the game to crash repeatedly. The one thing that seemed to fix things was a sea battle. He eventually fought and captured Gregor Clegane. He stole his big-ass sword and fed him to his dragon. He then fought and captured Joffrey, taking Joffrey's sword just like he did to Gregor Clegane. He then took him back to Dragonstone, utilizing a new feature of the AI influence mod to ask his companions for advice on what he should do with Joffrey. He then ransomed Joffrey for a staggering 1.5 million gold. He then sieged King's Landing, clearing the path for his troops by dragonfire. He left the streets of the city drenched in Lannister blood. Not long after taking King's Landing, he set his sights on the formidable Red Keep. The King's Guard and their militia fought bravely, but they could not stop the force of nature that is the Goober Empire.
Hey, what's up guys? We're here on Realm of Thrones for part 3, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. The channel recently hit 8,000 subscribers, and I just want you to know that it means a lot to me. Before we get started in the new update for AI influence, we can now turn up the auto close delay option for the dialogue, which is great. I would recommend turning it up to at least 80 seconds. For the first encounter of the video, we are currently hunting Axel Florent. If you surrender, I will spare you from the Dragonfire.
You march against me with traitors from my own homeland and threaten me with beasts from children's tales? The flames reveal the truth, rebel. I am Axel Florent, and I do not kneel to extortionists. I know how you humiliated the crown. My men may be few, but our cause is righteous, and our hearts are daring. Let the Lord of Light judge us both upon the field. Draw your steel, for I shall never surrender.
After I took out Axel Florent, my vassal Eustace took Dari, which I then gave to Eric, because he owns Harrenhal. I think it would make sense for him to own Dari. Afterwards, I decided to reward Lord Eustace. Lord Eustace, my scouts told me you took Dari. Well done. I then grant him a chest filled with 50,000 gold as reward for his success.
Your Grace, Dari's walls were stubborn, but our men were firm as a cliff face. We broke the Baratheon defenders and claimed the keep in your name. I am a plain-spoken man, King Roland. This is a royal sum. It will go toward providing for the widows of the men we lost in the breach, and raising fresh spears to defend our new walls. You pay your lords fairly, and for that, my sword remains yours. The tide turns in our favor.
I grant him another chest, this one filled with 200,000 gold. I then say, take this chest for your clan, and consider it compensation for not being granted Dari.
200,000. Your Grace, you have the weight of the sea in your generosity. Truth be told, Dari is an inland keep, far from the salt and stone of my home. Holding it would have stretched my men thin. This gold, however, this is a foundation House Marbrand can build upon for generations. We will not be forgotten. My ships and my spears are yours, King Roland, until the narrow sea runs dry.
Alright guys, I had a cool idea that I wanted to try, and that is using the troop designer mod that's on Steam Workshop to make a custom giant troop. with the goal being to promote the giant to be a companion so I could have a giant companion. And the cool thing about this mod is you can change the culture, the race. You could also make White Walker troops or undead troops if you're doing like a Night King playthrough. Using the copy template button is really convenient. It saves you a lot of time from setting the skills or armors if you just pick a troop that's similar to the one you want. I changed its culture to Crownlands because we're currently at King's Landing. And when you commission troops from a tavern, you can only recruit troops of the city's culture that you're currently in. Also, because I made it a tier 7 unit, it'll take longer than usual to collect. As I was waiting in King's Landing, I noticed Acorn Hall was being sieged, and it looks like some of my vassals were captured as well. So I left King's Landing and ran into an army led by Lancel Lannister, Tywin Lannister's nephew. Lancel, it's been a while since I last saw you. Times have changed. I am no longer a landless hedge knight, but the second coming of Aegon the Conqueror. I don't expect you to surrender, but out of respect, I will spare you from being burned during the battle.
You speak of dragons and conquerors, my friend, but I see only a man with fewer than 300 soldiers standing before the might of the Westerlands. By the Seven, I cherish our bond, but you march for a rebel king. We took Acorn Hall from your forces just days ago, and Harrenhal is next. I will not surrender, nor will I hold back. If you truly mean to cross swords with me today, let us see if your fire can melt Lannister steel.
I'm a little disappointed with his response. Some of the NPCs still don't believe that I have a dragon, and that's because I had to clear my NPC campaign data because of a glitch in part 2. And I have the realistic news spread option enabled, so it takes time for news to spread that I have a dragon. And I guess Lancel didn't get the memo. I kind of regret not enabling the realistic battle mod for this playthrough. I think that would have made the battles more enjoyable. With that mod, the battles are much longer and the troops tend to fight in formations, and it really gives you time to get some cool cinematic shots using the RTS camera mod. So if you're looking to add a mod to your playthrough, I would add the realistic battle mod.
I yield.
I then headed back to King's Landing to collect the single giant that I commissioned. So he was a really good archer, but he turned out to be dog shit at melee and kind of squishy, so I decided to go back into the editor and give him the armor that a captain of the King's Guard would have, which turned out better than I thought. But being able to do this is really cool. It opens a lot of doors to potential playthroughs as a giant king or being a White Walker with undead troops. I think that would be really fun to do. Diplomacy check, we're almost the same in manpower, but Joffrey's also at war with the Riverlands and the North. Map check, we've taken almost half of Joffrey's lands, we're starting to move into the Westerlands and the Riverlands. I eventually hunt Joffrey down and say this to him. King Joffrey, I hope you aren't sensitive to the cold, because I'm going to sentence you to the Watch once I capture you.
You dare speak to me like that? I am the king. You are a thieving, extorting traitor, and I will not be threatened by the likes of you. Wait until my grandfather hears of this. He will have you flayed alive and your treacherous kingdom burned to ash. Kingsguard, protect your king. I want his head.
So it didn't trigger a battle for some reason. Let's test something real quick. I want to see if I can take something from his inventory using dialogue. I rip the crown off his head, keeping it. I then say, this is mine now. If you want it back, come and take it.
You laid hands on me? I am the king. Guards, Kingsguard, kill him. Cut his head off. Get my crown back.
So unfortunately, that didn't work. Maybe one day we'll be able to do something like that. I then use Alt+B to tell my infantry to kill them all. This feature isn't really practical since I could just press F1 and F3. It's really just for immersion.
Give him hell!
After the battle, I was able to promote my giant to companion. I captured Joffrey, and upon checking my party screen, I see here that Tristan the giant was unfortunately shrunken down in the process of being promoted, which means no giant companions, sadly. So I had to let him go because he lied on his resume. As I was talking to Joffrey, I noticed that I'm unable to sentence him to the Night's Watch because he's still a king, so I'll have to defeat him completely before I do that. I then decided to take him to Dragonstone, in the hopes that by doing so it'll impact the AI into realizing how isolated he is. I'm not going to ransom you this time. Swear fealty to me, or I will kill you.
No, please, don't. I'll swear fealty to you. I'll be your vassal. I'll give you whatever you want. Just don't kill me. Please, Roland, I'll do anything. I can give you castles, more gold. Just let me live. Don't cut off my head.
Joffrey Baratheon, before you take the oath, I want to hear you say that I, Roland, Emperor of the Goobers, am the rightful ruler of Westeros.
I say it. You are Roland, Emperor of the Goobers, the rightful ruler of Westeros. I said it. I said the words, please, just don't kill me. I'll do whatever you want, just let me live.
I then hand him a piece of parchment and quill, having him unconditionally surrender and swearing fealty to me. So at this point, I'm trying to get the AI to make him swear fealty. I don't find out until later, though, that it's not possible because he's a king, but nonetheless, here's what he had to say.
I'm signing it. Look, I'm signing. There. Joffrey Baratheon, loyal vassal. It's done. I swore it. You promised you wouldn't kill me. Please, let me go now.
Back again.
Okay, you can take your formal oath to me now. Go ahead, swear fealty to the Goobers, and say that you, yourself, are a goofy goober.
I swear fealty to the Goobers. I swear it. I am your loyal servant. And I am a goofy goober. I am a goofy goober. There, I said it. I said your stupid words. Please, Roland, I'm begging you. Let me go now. You have everything.
For some reason, my world events stopped generating. If this happens to you, you can go into your AI-influenced mod settings and press the Force Generate Event button, and this seems to fix the problem. After a few minutes, 3 new world events were generated, one of the events talking about how the gold I gave Eric actually boosted the prosperity and security of Harrenhal. Very cool. I then hunted down Tywin Lannister. Lord Tywin, your king swore fealty to me, yet you still wage war on me. Explain yourself.
You captured a boy, Roland. A boy who wept and broke under pressure. You hold the capital, and I commend you for that victory. It was a bold and brilliant stroke. But Joffrey's tears do not wash away the power of Casterly Rock. He may have worn a crown, but the gold and the swords of the Westerlands belong to me. A lion does not surrender his pride because a stag has been brought to heel. If you want this war to end, you must deal with me.
I then change his voice using the ChatSync submod that I show how to install in part 2. Every now and then the AI messes up the voice generation, so being able to change their voice like this is very convenient. I'm not sure what the voices sound like though, so I'll just pick Mason. Yeah, that sounds good. You're a pragmatic man, Tywin. What will it take for your clan to swear fealty to me?
You speak my language, Emperor.
I will not bleed my house dry for a weeping boy who has already surrendered his own crown. My loyalty is to the legacy of House Lannister, not a shattered throne. My terms are simple. Guarantee our paramountcy over the Westerlands. Swear that Casterly Rock and Lannisport remain untouched, and grant my house a seat of true influence in your new order. Promise me this, and the Lions of the West will fight for your empire. Decline, and we will make you bleed for every stone.
Much like the days of Aegon the Conqueror, a dragon makes a Lannister kneel. Very well, Lord Tywin. I accept your terms. Now swear your oath to the Goobers.
King Loren knelt to Aegon to spare his house from ash, and in doing so, ensured the Lions of the Rock would outlast the dragons themselves. You have proven you possess both the power to conquer and the wisdom to rule. Therefore, upon my honor as a Lannister, I pledge my sword, my armies, and the gold of Casterly Rock to your empire. The Westerlands are yours, Emperor Roland. Use us wisely.
In true Lannister fashion, Tywin abandoned the army he was leading, and is now going to help me fight against the lords he was just with. Surrender, bend the knee, or die. Those are your three options.
You bring nearly 300 elite guards against my 60. I am daring, but I am no fool. The boy King Joffrey is already weeping in your chains, and the capital is yours. By the Seven, I will not throw my life away in the mud of the Riverlands for a lost cause. I yield my sword to you.
Alright, I think I'm just going to take out the rest alongside Tywin. So after the battle, I noticed Riverrun was about to be sieged by the Riverlands, so I tracked down the clan leader of House Lefford. Lord Lefford, I am Emperor Roland of the Goobers. Tywin Lannister has sworn fealty to me. I expect you to do the same. Riverrun is under siege. It's in your best interest that you bend the knee to me.
Emperor Roland, the winds have shifted, it seems. We received word of King Joffrey's public submission in the capital. And now you bring the storm to my very doorstep. Riverrun's granaries are empty, and my people starve. I am a calculating man, Your Grace. If Lord Tywin has indeed tallied the costs and bent the knee, I would be a fool to leave House Lefford's ledger unbalanced. I yield. I pledge my sword and my lands to your empire. May the Seven judge me, but I choose survival.
Having convinced the Lefford clan to join his empire, Roland effectively denied the Riverlands Riverrun. Upon returning to King's Landing, a Goober army took Stonehenge, which made Roland seek out the army leader to reward him.
Lord Staunton, I'd like to reward you with 50,000 gold. I then have Carl hand him the chest of gold.
Your Grace, this is a king's ransom. The walls of Stonehenge took a heavy toll on our boys yesterday, but this will see House Staunton's ranks replenished. You have my thanks, and my sword.
Heavy is the price of blood, my lord. Don't drop it on your foot. The Emperor pays his debts.
Roland then sailed back to Dragonstone, depositing the enemy lords straight into the shithole dungeon. Becoming annoyed with his companions, he gave them troops to form parties and bought some big-ass ships for them, making sure they have the ability to leave the island. He then entered the stank-ass dungeon, looking to make a goober out of Lord Riker.
Lord Riker, I offer you the chance to swear fealty to me. As I'm sure you've heard, Lord Tywin swore fealty to me.
If Lord Tywin has bent the knee, then the war is truly over. King Joffrey has already broken, and I am rotting in this cell with my daughter. I am a practical man. I will not throw away my clan's future for a lost crown. By the Seven, I accept your offer. House Riker will swear fealty to you.
You fold quickly, Lord Riker, though I suppose pragmatism is a shield of its own. If Lord Tywin has truly bowed to you, Emperor, what becomes of House Sarsfield? My father rots in these very dungeons.
I'm going to ask him the same question. I think you'll be leaving here shortly, my lady.
By the light, I pray he listens to you. Please, Emperor. My father is a proud man, but he loves our family. Give him the chance to see reason, so we might finally go home.
Lord Melwyn, I offer you the chance to swear fealty to me.
You hold my wife, my daughter, and my own life in this cell, Emperor. The seven know Joffrey wept and surrendered his crown. I see no profit in rotting for a broken boy. I am a pragmatic man. I accept your offer. House Sarsfield is yours.
Lord Massey, I wish to offer my hand in marriage to your daughter, Katrina.
Your Grace, it has been months since we spoke outside the capital. I must first congratulate you on the fall of the Red Keep. To hear you ask for Katrina's hand, I am deeply honored. She is a strong woman. She proved that at Rosby. You have my blessing, Emperor Roland. I ask only one thing as a father. Protect her. I fear outliving my children more than the stranger himself. Treat her well, and my house is yours for eternity.
At this point, we're mostly fighting over what remains of the Westerlands. Let's have a chat with Lydden, who owns Pink Maiden and Deep Den. Lord Lydden, I offer you a chance to swear fealty to me.
You work quickly. The blood of my men is barely dry on your swords, and already you ask for my oath. I am a pragmatic man. Joffrey is a weeping child who lost his crown, and I have no desire to die for a broken throne. But I am the Lord of Deep Den and Pink Maiden. If I am to bend the knee to your empire, I need more than the threat of a prison cell. What assurances do you offer my house?
You keep all of your holdings, and your head, in exchange for becoming a goober.
A fair transaction. My life and my legacy at Deep Den remain intact. And in exchange, you gain the seasoned swords of House Lydden. By the Seven, I accept your terms. Strike these irons from my wrist, Emperor Roland, and I shall swear my fealty to your empire.
So House Lydden joined us, so now we have Deep Den and Pink Maiden. I then saw Gawain Westerling enter Hornvale, so I decided to see if I could turn him to my side as well. I then asked him if he wants to swear fealty to me.
You come to me speaking of fealty, Emperor Roland? By the Seven, you have nerve. You humiliate the crown, throw the realm into chaos, and yet you expect me to simply bow while my own flesh and blood, my daughter Jane, rots in your captivity. Release her. Show me that your empire values honor and not just hostages. Until she is safe, you are nothing but her jailer, and I will swear nothing to you.
No, swear fealty first, and then I'll release her.
You are a ruthless extortionist. Joffrey is a broken boy, and I owe him nothing compared to my own blood. Fine, I yield. I swear my sword, my house, and my remaining honor to you. I am your vassal. Now, by the Seven, keep your word and release my daughter.
I then decided to track down Katrina Massey and offer my hand in marriage. My lady, I wish to offer my hand in marriage to you. I want you to be the queen of the Goobers. Your father gave me his permission, but ultimately, it is up to you.
Your Grace, this is a sudden shift in the tides. While my father may see the political capital in such a union, I must calculate the true cost. We have not spoken in months, and a marriage of state requires a foundation firmer than a sudden decree. I am a woman of ledgers and logistics, not a figurehead to inspire a kingdom. I must decline your offer. The scales of our personal acquaintance are entirely unbalanced, and I serve you far better in the war tent than upon a throne.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I am stating that the probability of such an outcome is a statistical anomaly, Your Grace. If this were a ledger, the deficit in our shared history would require years of careful investment to balance. It is not a viable strategy for either of us.
You know what? That's alright, because we did get hit in the balls recently by a javelin, so I think we need time to heal before we can reproduce more goobers. Lord Tytos, I am Emperor Roland of the Goobers. Swear fealty to me, and see your clan thrive for 1,000 years.
You think parading that weeping boy king through the Red Keep makes you master of the West, Roland? 7 hells, you are mistaken. The lords of the Westerlands have not surrendered. Janna Lydden and Lancel Lannister are massing our swords as we speak. I am Tytos Brax, and my roots in Hornvale hold deeper than your upstart empire. Take your 1,000 years and choke on it. I do not bend the knee to invaders.
That's a myth. Lancel Lannister works for me now, and so does Jaina Lydden. Bend the knee, or you will see just how easily your roots in Hornvale are ripped out.
7 hells, a clumsy lie, Roland. The ravens sing a very different song. Lancel and Janna are marching on Harrenhal to break your lines, not polish your boots. You mistake me for a blind peasant who doesn't watch the board. You have the numbers here, I concede that. But Hornvale's walls are high, manned by 1,000 of my spears. A falcon does not snap its own wings just because a dog barks from the ground. Make your move if you must, but I will not bow to a liar.
I then show him an imperial letter. Signed are the oaths of House Lydden and House Lannister. I then say, you call me a liar, or maybe you are just ignorant to the facts. I grow tired of your insolence. Perhaps you aren't worthy of being a goober.
Ink and wax can be forced from a captive, Roland. But I am a pragmatist, not a martyr. If the rock is truly cracking, the board has changed. I have no desire to bleed in the dirt for a weeping boy king who has already surrendered his own crown. You hold the capital, and you hold the field. What place does House Brax have in your empire? Convince me it is worth my allegiance.
I'm afraid you're going to have to convince me of why you're worthy of being a goober. What does House Brax have to offer? And why shouldn't I replace Hornvale with leadership that's already loyal to me?
You ask why you shouldn't install a lapdog in Hornvale. 7 hells, Roland, look at the board. My city is prosperous, defended by over 1,000 men. Besiege it, and you will bleed your elite guard dry. Put a puppet on my seat, and the hills will rise in endless, costly rebellion. Keep me, and you gain a fortress overnight, deep coffers to fund your wars, and a lord who knows how to crush dissent with an iron grip. A tame pigeon is easy to keep, but it will never hunt for you. You need a falcon. I offer you my claws. Do we have an accord?
Very well, Lord Tytos. Swear your allegiance to the goobers.
A wise calculation, Emperor. The board is set, and the falcon flies for a new master today. I, Tytos Brax, Lord of Hornvale, formally pledge my spears, my wealth, and my city to your goober empire. I swear this by the old gods and the new. Expect me to hold my lands with an iron grip in your name. Now, point me at your enemies, and let us see them bleed.
After convincing House Brax to join me, I hunted down Joffrey. Alright, we're chasing down Lord Quentin Baneford here, who is currently landless. Let's see if we can make a goober out of him.
Yours is not a face I know.
Lord Quentin, swear fealty to me and I will grant you Stony Sept once I take it.
You offer me Stony Sept, yet you currently hold my daughter, Candice, in your chains. Release her to me now, as a show of good faith. Do that, and House Baneford will swear to your banner. What say you?
I release Candice, letting her go. I then say, very well. Now take an oath to the goobers.
You honor our bargain, Emperor. Blood is heavy, and you have secured mine. Joffrey is a weeping child who has already lost this game. My house owes him nothing more. I bend the knee. House Baneford formally swears its swords, its whispers, and its loyalty to your empire. The board is set anew. I await your command to take Stony Sept, as promised.
So we got House Baneford, promising them Stony Sept once we take it. Let's see if we can make Timothy Kenning here back down, because I do have his father in my custody back at the Red Keep. Surrender. You stand no chance against the might of the Goober Empire. In fact, I intend to bargain with your father so he joins my empire. Surrender, and I guarantee the safety of you and your men, and we will go to the Red Keep to see your father.
By the Seven, you bring a horde to crush a vanguard. I may be hot-blooded, but I am no blind fool to throw my men into a slaughter against such odds. If my father is truly at the Red Keep, then take me to him. I yield my sword to you. But do not mistake this for submission to your upstart emperor. The rock does not break easily.
So he surrendered, very nice, and it looks like we'll be taking Stony Sept very soon as well. Let's go have a chat with Terrence Kenning. Lord Kenning, I offer you the chance to bend the knee and swear allegiance to the Goober Empire.
You mock the dignity of the Westerlands with that absurd name, Roland. But you hold the keys to this cell. Joffrey wept like a whipped cur and gave you his crown, while my own city of Case bleeds under siege. My son Timothy rots here in the dark beside me. If bending the knee spares my neck, frees my boy, and protects my gold, then fine. I yield. The Kennings are yours. Now open this damned cage.
Alright, map check. We've pretty much taken all of the major towns. Just a couple straggler clans remain. We eventually took Stony Sept, and I kept my promise to Quentin Baneford. I then found Daemon Marbrand. Let's have a word with him. I tell him that the war is basically over and that he should just swear allegiance to the Goobers.
House Marbrand does not bleed for lost causes. You have the power. I bend the knee, your grace. Golden Tooth and Ashmark pledge their strength to your empire.
Alright, so we've taken quite a bit of land so far. We've only got Silver Hill remaining, Clegane's Keep, Crake Hall, and Cornfield. Interesting name for a castle. And look who it came across at King's Landing in the tavern. Alright, let's have a chat with our new royal advisor. Lord Varys, your emperor needs your sage advice. Once I finish this war with Joffrey, should I execute him or sentence him to the Night's Watch?
If I may be so bold, my emperor, Joffrey is a monster, it is true. But Lord Tywin has only just bent the knee. To execute his grandson now might shatter this fragile peace. The wall strips a man of all titles and claims. Let the cold have him. It shows the realm that your mercy is as boundless as your power.
And once I conquer Westeros, what then? What shall I do with Daenerys?
The Targaryen girl is a delicate matter, my emperor. She commands dragons, and dragons bring only fire and ash. If I may be so bold, for the good of the realm, she must never cross the narrow sea. A quiet blade in the dark, or a drop of poison in her wine, would spare millions from burning.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. Let me know if you want to see part 4. Shout out to RLS2475 for being a channel member. Thank you, bro. Thank you guys again for 8,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.